Right, for more on this, we can cross live to Germany and join our chief reporter, Kaveh Solhekol. Kaveh, brilliant to see you this morning. Just first of all, England in another Euros final. Just how momentous of an achievement is this for England and for Gareth Southgate?
Well, it's the first time they have won a semi-final on foreign soil. It's the first time they've got to the final of a major tournament outside England, away from Wembley. So it was an incredible achievement for England last night, especially because of what has been happening in Germany over the past few weeks. I remember just a couple of weeks ago, some England fans were throwing beer glasses at Gareth Southgate at the end of games. I've been standing on what feels like every street corner in Germany, having to answer questions about whether Harry Kane should be dropped from the England team, whether Gareth Southgate's time is up and the FA should be looking at finding a new England manager. Well, I think Gareth Southgate has answered his critics. I think Harry Kane has answered his critics as well. The bottom line is, whether you like it or not, England are a very good, effective tournament side under Gareth Southgate, and that was certainly not the case before Gareth Southgate arrived. People who are as old as me remember all the years before Gareth Southgate when quite frequently England didn't even qualify for major tournaments. Under Gareth Southgate, they've got to semi-final, quarter-final, final, and now another final. Yes, of course, it's going to be a big test on Sunday against Spain, because Spain are a very good side. But make no mistake, England have a real chance of becoming the European champions for the first time. I've got to tell you about the atmosphere in the stadium last night, because you know me well, you know I love my job. Last night, I really loved my job for 90 minutes. It was one of the best football games I've ever been to in my life. That stadium is an incredible football stadium. It was such a great atmosphere, even though the capacity has been reduced by 20,000 to fit in all those extra seats. But it was a real football contest. At times, it almost felt and sounded like a really important Premier League game. The Dutch fans were incredible. The England fans were incredible. The first half was some of the most breathless, thrilling football I've ever seen in my life. And I can understand the Dutch fans being upset and annoyed and angry at the referee, and I can understand why people think it was a debatable penalty. But make no mistake, on the balance of that game, England were the better side, and I'm pretty sure if it had gone to extra time, they would have won. If it had gone to penalties, they would have won as well. So they totally deserve to be in this final on Sunday. And for what it's worth, I think Gareth Southgate has done an exceptional job as the England manager, not just over the last 3 or 4 weeks, but over the past 6 years.
Just to pick up on that then, because you're talking a little bit before about the criticism that he's received. You're talking about, bottles being thrown onto the pitch and stuff. I mean, do you feel like with last night, you talked about the performance display from some of the players. It was exhilarating to watch, captivating at times, but especially, the substitutions that he made as well and the timing that he made those substitutions. Do you feel this was a little bit of vindication for him?
No, definitely. I think you're totally right. Actually, in my notes during the game, I wrote down, is Gareth being too cautious with his substitutions again? A minute later, he took off his captain and he took off one of the best players on the pitch and the Premier League Player of the Year, Phil Foden, and he brought on Cole Palmer and Ollie Watkins. So he answered me very quickly, and I think he answered his critics pretty fast as well, because Palmer and Watkins linked up for Watkins to score that incredible late goal. Look, I understand there's a lot of noise around Gareth Southgate. Everyone's got an opinion about him, but you know what? It's fine to have an opinion, but when it crosses a line, it is not fine. And I have seen up close the effect that it has on Gareth Southgate. He's hurt by the criticism he receives. Over the past couple of weeks, he started off by saying, look, I'm going to block out all the noise. I don't look at the media. I don't look at social media during major tournaments. But it has got to him. He has heard what people are saying. He has heard what people are putting up on social media. And he's only a human being. Everybody knows what a cesspit social media can be at the best of times. Imagine what it's like if you are a high-profile figure like Gareth Southgate. And I think one thing we shouldn't lose sight of, Sunday will probably be Gareth Southgate's final game as England manager. Every single journalist you speak to who follows the England team, pretty much unanimously, everybody is agreed that whatever happens, I think Gareth Southgate is going to say, I've done my job. You know, I need a break. I need to go and do something else. He doesn't need to put up with this constant criticism anymore. I think he almost left after the World Cup in Qatar in 2022. He took his time to think about whether he should stay or go. Ultimately, he decided to stay. But look, there's every expectation that he will leave after Sunday, even though I've got to say, if England win and become European champions, how tempting would it be for Gareth Southgate to stick around and take England into the World Cup in 2026 in the USA, Mexico and Canada. But look, let's not speculate about Gareth Southgate's future. I think whatever happens on Sunday, he is probably going to get a knighthood. And I think in a few weeks or a few months' time, we're going to be calling him Sir Gareth.
We heard it here first, didn't we? Kaveh, thank you very much. We'll chat to you again soon.